Hello, adventurer. It's good to see you. You have made it to the morning grind.
Welcome, welcome.
It's the live stream at the beginning of the Geekverse, where we talk about all types of topics in geekdom, gaming, and fantasy, with an emphasis on being constructive and creating the things that we want to exist in the world.
It's all on the grind, Sizemore. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
That's exactly right. There are a lot of adventures to be had today. Dungeons to explore and monsters to slay, and who knows what a random encounter might send our way. That's why we have to prepare, so settle in now for the morning grind with your favorite beverage in hand.
Tea? Or maybe something a little stronger. I've got a few bottles of the old Wynyard left.
Whatever you want. Pull up a chair.
Dude.
If you're feeling fancy, how about a cappuccino? Or a frappuccino? Or how about an espresso?
Just tea, thank you.
Sounds good to me, Gandalf. Whatever you want. I'm just glad you're here.
Everyone is welcome. You can just watch if you want. You don't have to worship anything you don't want to worship.
Thank you, Mike. But be forewarned.
Sometimes we get really strange characters around here.
Wait, what's that you say? Why can't you come and be a part of the stream?
My wife would disown me.
Oh no, I bet she'll be fine with it. Come on in.
Am I scared for my safety? No.
What are we supposed to do?
Everybody do the secret handshake.
Secret cultist handshake.
Oh, now do wizards who love each other.
This, my friend, is a science.
I still don't have gifts, but it's fine.
It's all on the grind, son. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
Dude, this would be a sick place to bring the band.
Indeed it would be, Dave. It really would. I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Oh, look, here's someone new.
Is this the cultist meetup?
Yes it is.
Come to hang out? Please accept me. I have nothing else.
Okay, we accept you. Everyone's welcome here.
Brought some snacks.
Well, that makes things even better.
You want some coffee? I don't drink coffee. You sure?
It's cultist coffee.
What makes it cultist coffee?
I'm a cultist and I'm drinking it.
Oh. Then I'll have some.
What exactly is going on here?
I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome, welcome. It's so great to have you. Oh, and look, here comes another stranger.
Can we help you?
Yes, fellow cultists. I could really use some food.
Oh yeah? Welcome. We have donuts.
Oh, it's me. I'm glad I'm here. I'm sure you have a few questions for me, though.
What's your name? Who do you work for? What god do you worship?
Great questions, Rob.
I'm Steve King, and I worship Nyarlathotep.
No, not really. I'm just Heath, and I won't be worshiping anything this morning. But I will be your host. Welcome to the office. We're going to have a great time. I've got my coffee ready, because now it's time for the morning grind.
If you could become a fish, that would be amazing. Then I could command you with my mental fish powers.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Welcome to my home, welcome to the office, and welcome to the morning grind. We are on the final day of the Cultist Kickstarter campaign, and it has been a long road with the new channel and the relaunch. It feels like it has gone on and on, but here we are finally on the final day. And I think that let's see. Yep. Our strange meandering says, good morning, cultists. It's 8:13 already. It is. And so we're wrapping up. We're gonna have two streams today. There's a lot for me to do today. I'm gonna be sending out some different emails today. Let everybody know that we're wrapping up. But we've got two streams today. I'm going to be live streaming again at 7:00 p.m. on the Cultist channel to count down, because the Kickstarter campaign should end at 8 p.m. Central Time. So final hour, we'll count down. And Doug said that he was going, I got to follow up with him, but he said that he was going to be watching the Cultists season 2 today, and then would try to join us on the stream. He wants to be able to do that. He missed it last week. Don't know. That's what he said. So we're going to do this. So we will count down live today. Either way, I'll be there. So good morning, Bacon. Good morning. and Sable. Yeah, I kind of thought that too, but that's one of my favorite. Cthulhu with the wine, and then Cthulhu also with the bourbon. Those are two of my favorite Cthulhu images. So, and I was trying to figure out some other god or something to put on, but I couldn't come up with anything today. Sable, looks like you've also changed up your avatar there. You've got Clippy, it looks like. Something in Clippy. I can't tell. It looks like Clippy there. So, good morning, Charlie. So let's see. So let's update here. What's going on? So we are at 61 backers, which I think is great. I think it's great. 61 backers, $2,651, 10 hours to go right now. We have also, I just posted the Cthulhu ABCs, the whole thing over on TikTok. That was a few days ago. I was like, oh, I hadn't done that. I might as well go ahead and do that. So I posted that to TikTok, and let's see, it crossed 100,000 views. Yeah, crossed 100,000 views, 100.8 thousand views, like last night. So crossed the 100,000 view last night. Others haven't done so well. I put out some of the other ones, and I got like 500 views, 798 views, something like that. But okay, well, whatever. So, you win some, you lose some, you lose most of them, actually. But there was some interest on TikTok for that video, so that's fun. What else is going on? I am excited about getting over this hump and then moving to actually make the products, like get the products printed and things like that from the shirts, and then get them on the website and really just move on with this. So thank you all for being here this morning. I'm considering this. Let me know what you think about this. I want to be able to distinguish what's on the Kickstarter campaign from something that might be available later. I designed, originally was designing the RPG to be a softback, but it's gotten so long, it's kind of a substantial book. How many pages did we say that this was? And we may have talked about this before, but like now looking at the layout, 103 pages, which, like, here is the Shadow Dark book. So, 103. Well, the Shadow Dark uses much thicker paper and uses some seriously thick paper. Let's try something else. Oh, let's compare that to some of the Fate ones right here. So Fate, how many pages is this particular Fate book right here? 150, and it's a hardback. So it's there might be a few more pages added to it at the end. We know we're going to add a few more. So yeah, I mean, so that's the kind of the thickness of this, which is pretty incredible. I mean, this is a pretty massive project. So what I'm thinking about is for the Kickstarter, going ahead and making that a hardback book, doing two versions inside a drive-through RPG. So there'll be a softback that can come out later and be on the website or whatever, or be available. But then I think that's a substantial enough document there to warrant a hardback. And then put that throughout the Kickstarter. What do you think about that? Hey, Mike, great to see you. Oh, hey, PH. So I'm considering that, and if I do that, I've got to look up some more stuff on the printers page, but then I'll put that out on the Kickstarter. I'm going to do a Kickstarter update today before the live stream tonight's live stream, and then we'll probably put out a final update as well. In fact, I need to make note of that to write final Kickstarter updates that people know what to expect. I've got quite a list here. I have been shipping things, so I have not packed yours yet, Arbex, but I've also been packing a bunch of things and shipping things. So I never heard back from one of the winners of the Brand of Cthulhu, the dice. So this was the second prize. Two of these have already shipped out, and they have their tracking numbers. Strange Meanderings, your mugs have shipped out. So the only two things that I have left to ship are the first prize and the grand prize. And so that is on the list to get off. So get off my plate. So those things are those things are moving out. Oh, there's something. I do not see the thing about Clippy. We will. Yep. I must not have sent. So anyway, so that is what is. So that's what's going on. I thought. Now, like I said, we might have a smaller one, a shorter stream today. But I was trying to think of, is there another kind of character? We had so much fun. If you weren't here with us, hey, good morning, Andrew. We had so much fun creating Gary last time. Where is my? Here we go. We had so much fun creating Gary. Here we go. The elder god that's just hanging out. So this is Gary. Like the avatar of Nyarlathotep. But I was trying to think of what other kind of god to do that way. And or I couldn't, or some other kind of character. Oh, we haven't breathed and sip yet. I have, of course, Cultist coffee this morning. So we're going to do Cultist coffee. All right, let's go ahead and breathe and sip before we get into the document here, and we can review Gary and see what we think. And then is there some other kind of character that we're missing? We kind of decided not to do like the reformed cultist or the person who's outside the cult because that didn't really work for the character design perspective. Mike brought that up. But let's breathe and sip. I got my Cultist coffee mug, once again, having some ice water this morning. So let's breathe and sip. 2 deep breaths, complete inhales, deep inhales, complete exhales, and then take a sip of your favorite beverage. So here we go. Let's breathe. And sip. There we go. Clippy meme Lewis Rossman. Okay, I do not get it. But Our Strange Meanderings says, very dude of you. So you did come through, Sable. Very dude of you, Eldritch White Russian. Yeah, so we ended up with, I mean, this was so much fun because we ended up with, like, trying to do, we did Nyarlathotep because we thought that he's the one who we've already said is most involved with humanity anyway. And then we decided that, well, based on that, I don't know how exactly it came to us that he was going to be like the dude from The Big Lebowski. I don't remember how exactly we came upon that, like but like what this guy was going to be like. But now he is. So here we go. So Gary is the chaos that abides. Gary is in fact Nyarlathotep, but he doesn't make a big deal. Or why don't we say Gary could be Nyarlathotep? But even if he is, he doesn't make a big deal out of it. He's just here to hang out, maybe grab some cultist coffee and see what the cultists are up to in the modern day. Things have changed a lot since he was ruling Egypt. Now, my microphone is loose. Now he's just known as I'm glad we're looking at this again. Now he's just known as the chaos that abides because crawling can be so much effort. That's one of my favorite lines ever, because crawling can be so much effort. He swears he's totally not pulling strings behind the scenes, despite the ominous coincidences that follow him everywhere. Gary dresses like a guy who shops exclusively at Goodwill and calls everyone buddy. Cult, his own, runs the cult of Nyarlathotep behind the scenes. He also comes by to induct witches and warlocks into his father's cult, the cult of Azathoth, by having them sign his black book. Narrative role, the dude, which is basically what we made up here. Okay, so Sable Phoenix says that the way the Big Lebowski came out was a mutual recognition of archetypes between Bacon and Sable, which I think works great. Powers. So Eldritch White Russian, Gary always has a drink, always. Drinking it lets him ignore the effects of stress, madness, or minor injuries for the rest of the scene. The glass never spills, even in zero gravity or underwater. Unshakable vibe. Gary remains calm and collected in situations that panic everyone else, inspiring others, or just unnerving them. Inspiring others, or just unnerving them. Dream Bowling League. Gary can enter a surreal astral bowling alley to consult the league, other unfathomable beings in bad Hawaiian shirts for cryptic advice. The advice is never directly useful, but always weirdly relevant later. His troubles. What did we end up with 4 troubles? Perpetual chill. Gary has a hard time taking urgent situations seriously or acting quickly. Mismatched priorities. Gary, that should be Gary. Gary chooses to solve small personal annoyances instead of the immediate cult crisis. Random cosmic interference. Gary's mere presence sometimes causes inexplicable, inconvenient phenomenon, flickering lights, rain indoors, voices in the walls, drawing attention to himself. Other such. Paranormal. Drawing attention to himself. Elder mind. Gary often finds it difficult to understand what everyone else is so angry, happy, or excited or sad about. I don't know about that one. I think that maybe if these three might be enough. Perpetual chill, mismatched priorities, and random cosmic interference. Hey, RPG Gen Exile. Welcome, welcome. Oh, really? Oh, so everybody's, yeah. Well, I know it's the same way. Of course, I've been working a lot as well. Oh, Sable Phoenix is on the job hunt too. I am going to once I'm really getting through today is going to be a major kind of mental hurdle for me. Getting through today, getting the Cultist project. It's not wrapped up yet because it won't wrap up until, of course, everything ships. But then but this is still a big thing to get through today's Kickstarter tonight. Once that happens, and then so much of this has already been done. We'll get it out. We'll get it shipped. We will do all of that, and then. I'm really looking forward to kind of having a clear mind and being able to move on to new projects in new ways, rethink, and everything like that. So, yeah, I kind of think that Elder Mind could go. Sway skills, slacker charisma. Gary can gain access to places or people others can't simply because he seems harmless and oddly likable. The dude delivers. I really like this one. When no one expects Gary to pull it off, he delivers in a strange, impressive, and inconveniently timed way. Timed way. Impressively and inconveniently timed way. I think that's supposed to be in any time period or dimension, usually wearing sandals and a bathrobe and carrying takeout. And then really ties the ritual together. And we've talked about which one of these really ties the ritual together. Gary can completely diffuse an argument or interrogation by making it feel pointless to continue. Works on cultists, cops, and elder horrors alike. Gary is an alternate what-if character for those who want to play in a world where the elder gods are real and looking in on our intrepid cultists. If the group agrees, uses an NPC or a PC if you dare. Yeah, the time has finally come. I mean, the time is definitely coming. Sable says, very excited to get the Cultist Chaos stuff. The time has definitely come to get it out. And keep going and keep going. There's more stuff to make. Let's see. Okay. I like him. Is there anything that we don't have? Is there any type of archetype that we don't really have here that we should? This is kind of our last chance to kind of make one up. I know. Gary is going to become people's favorites. Sable says, hate to say it, but Gary is my favorite character template so far, for which is weird since he's not in the show proper. Guess we need to see him in season 3. Now he needs to like make a guest appearance or a cameo or something like that. Like, you know, I don't know where there really I guess there were at least one character I can think of that was added in the initial kind of way to go through season 2, season 3. But it seems like some kind of cameo or something like that now is required. So is there anything else that we're missing or that could be, like Gary? I think we did make sure that we covered all of our narrative roles. And of course, we have this custom narrative role for Gary, which is the dude. But we have the caretaker, and I think we covered everybody. We know that's Acantha. Conflicted, that's Dave. You know, Dave and the dude go well together. I mean, I kind of feel like he and Nyarlathotep would be hanging out. Oh, I need to put up my banner that reminds everybody that we are on our final day. This is the final day of the Cultists RPG, everybody. So if you want to get it, it is on Kickstarter, as well as the Cthulhu ABCs if you were coming in. I got the link in the description. Oh, right. Yeah, he can't be overplayed. He needs to be. That is thunder outside. So if like the power goes out or something like that, it's storming outside. You probably can't hear it, but it is storming outside. So if I all of a sudden blink off, it's because I lost power. Yeah, he can't be overplayed. Like he just needs to be in some kind of scene or something like that in the background. Exactly. Probably like taking some takeout, walking by in a bathrobe with some takeout or something. So the conflicted we got as well. That's Dave. Oh, I was saying that Dave and Gary seem like they go together pretty well. I mean, some of Dave's powers could also be taken by Gary. So the conflicted. So how did we do? So Dave, we said Dave. Although Dave is down with Dagon, he's also a casual cultist of Cthulhu, often lightening the mood. Is that often lightening? Yeah, I guess. Often lightening the mood with his jokes and musical talent. But he's also in a band where he's quite the guitarist and vocalist. Too bad the band and the cult are always in conflict. Maybe he could make something of himself, but his love of the seaweed interferes with both his musical aspirations and his worship of the elder gods. He's got casual cultist of Cthulhu, prophetic dreams, mad visions, and unshakable fanaticism. Roll a trouble check to maintain cult secrets from non-cult friends and family. Prioritize the cult over your mundane interests and friends, and resist the allure of intoxicating substances. Because it's very much like Gary isn't conflicted. Dave is. Use your musical talent to enhance a ritual or ceremony, drawing upon your network of contacts in the mundane world. This is different from the Yellow King, because the Yellow King has people he thinks are in high places in the town or whatever. They're part of the cult. This is about mundane contacts, mediating a conflict between cult members, perhaps through the use of humor. Okay, so but we got the critic. We have that as an alternate Rob, right? We designed that one. The dandy, we have that as Evander. The elder goth, that is Sherry. The fanatic, we did this one as both Steve and Mike. The grouch, this one is Rob, our alternate Rob. The lackey, this one is Carrie, but could have also been Bloop. But we didn't have the LARPer because the LARPer wasn't in there, so we made the LARPer Bloop. The maverick, that's Shay. The metachronism, that is one of Acantha's. The novitiate, that's Ben. The provocateur, we made Garrett. So we did cover everybody. Yeah, when you say that it's one of those characters. There's so many characters that the more you say about them, actually, the worse they get. That the mystery is part of them. Right? Because like Better with Bacon says, I don't think he should become like in multiple scenes or become part of the gang. He needs mystique. That's like yeah. You don't want something like the Boba Fett problem to happen to him, right? That hey, Boba Fett's cool. One of the reasons is because he's mysterious. And so when you do a whole TV show about him, all of a sudden he becomes less cool. Same kind of thing would happen with Darth Vader or something like that. So it's like you don't need too much of Gary. All right. So, okay, the Yellow King. Oh, we do have that. Okay, we have that sidebar, and then we made. Oh, I think we put it all in the layout already. I'm not in the layout. We made alternate Acantha as her role in the Caretaker. Alternate Rob. Is there another god that could be put in, or do you think that might also take away from Gary's specialness? I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want Gary to all of a sudden become less special because there are other people like him. So maybe that's a reason to keep him individually. Bloop, you were recruited by the band Big Daddy Dagon and the Deep Ones to be part of the Deep Ones, to be a Deep One backup dancer at a concert, and you've totally gotten into it. Hanging out with the cult in a Deep One costume is seriously cool, and some may even believe. Oh, I say may. Some even believe you were sent by Father Dagon to help them in their quests. Just don't let them see you without their mask on. Q only had 42 minutes or something like that of screen time in the entire The Next Generation. I didn't know that. I mean, there's several episodes with him in it, obviously, but that's like the same thing with. I read something similar about the Sand Snake in Game of Thrones. That that character, right? The Sand Snake character. He only was in the show for for something like 40 minutes or 35 minutes or something like that. And yet he was such a not the Sand Snakes are the women. What am I trying to think of? Oberyn Martell. Yeah, same kind of thing. Okay. Yeah, Red Viper, I think was what I was trying to think about. Oberyn Martell knows the Red Viper. That's what I was trying to think of. Okay. Well, let's go over here. Well, I guess we should probably take a look at the Our Strange Meandering says, could the Deep Ones not only be backup dancers, but sell ice cream that manipulates DNA to create more Deep Ones? Maybe. Brianna has someone to play that character, or she did at one time. She was like, no, wait a minute. I know who should play Bloop. But I also, I think it would be fun to play Bloop too. Now I've got the problem that I was also Steve, but it was awfully fun to be in the show, and to have an opportunity to play Bloop would also be great. Maybe it's one of the things where I could play Bloop when he's in his costume or something, and then just have somebody else play Bloop, when he's out of the costume or something, because I've got exactly what the Deep One needs to look like. And in fact, I think it would actually be a great looking costume. And it would be fun to be like dancing on stage in a Deep One costume. All right. So maybe this is it. If you're new here, see, did we have anybody else we need to thank because they've been here on the Morning Grind live streams and been an active participant in this development here? Better with Bacon said, Heath, you once said you had the perfect part for me to play. May we know what that might be? Yeah, I think that there would, as the script stood at one point, the we have the dad at the very end, as an after credit scene going down into the basement to get his robe, and I've got the idea that dad needs to get the cult back together in season 3. That part of that needs to be dad getting his cult back together. And so I think it would be an awesome opportunity to have different cameos and have different people play all of dad's cult members. Like, who else is it that is in the cult? And I've got this scene. I think that actually season 3 could have a feel. There are different 90s movies that are basically like getting the band back together. There are certain, and I actually want to research this a bit more because I'm like, no, wait a minute, maybe this is the structure, because I need to restructure season 3. I want to write it to finish writing it so that we have a script sitting there. But I feel, there are lots of 90s movies where, there's like a band together. It doesn't have to be a band. It can be a sports team, whatever. But I think that the title of the themes, whatever, getting the band back together. There's a group of guys who are enjoying, life, whatever. In the beginning of the movie, you see them all hanging out together and doing something really incredible and neat. But then, of course, they have to break apart for some reason. And then basically it's, losing hope or whatever. And then they have to get that back, right? They have to get that back and get everybody back together to solve whatever the thing at the end is. You know what I'm talking about? That kind of structure right here. So I can see that mirrored in a couple of different ways. But one thing I think that that dad needs to do that dad needs to be, and I can see dad going around to a bunch of different other guys, his age, in their mundane life, because they've forgotten about being in the cult. And so dad comes up in his robe to a bunch of different mundane jobs, whatever they are doing. And it's like, hey, I'm getting the cult back together. And so they all drop whatever they are doing and then follow dad. Now, originally I had thought, like, how does dad do this? I thought, of course, budget is a thing, so these things get dropped, but that dad should be part of a motorcycle gang. So that dad's cult should be like a motorcycle gang. And so dad's like on his motorcycle going around town in his cultist outfit, in his cultist robe, collecting the people. So I think Bacon, I think you could be one of dad's cult members. I think you have got the look with the beard and stuff like that you are, I don't know what job you have or something like that, but that you need to be one of the guys who dad, barges in on and gets him back to be part of the cult. One way would be like dad to have a motorcycle gang. That's probably expensive. But the other thing that I thought is that dad is driving around in like a gigantic pickup truck, like, whatever these, just outrageously sized, pickup trucks or whatever. And I have a scene like that dad puts on his robe and then he goes out to like this obscenely large pickup truck and he is putting decals on it, like Yogg-Sothoth, Yogg-Sothoth forever or whatever. Like he's decaling up this gigantic truck. And so rather than a motorcycle gang, he's getting the gangs back together and they're all like riding in the back of his truck, like what's the movie? Another, well, I guess this was late 90s or was this like 2000s? It was Varsity Blues, like where they're all in the gigantic pickup truck that William Robert has. And so, I can see a bunch of guys in robes with like a keg in the back or something like that, and they're like flags flying off the truck that are like Yogg-Sothoth and whatever, and have them with like a keg in the back as they're like off-roading as part of the cult. That's what I see for Dad. I have not seen Weapons yet. Now, Doug actually did. Doug texted me and said that he had seen it and that it was a great movie. And I don't know anything about it. Sable Phoenix says, very curious if Weapons could give any ideas to this, although it's way too late to actually make that happen. Going to see this afternoon. Oh, yeah, Doug says it's great. Yeah. So I have no idea. It seems like we've had some great ones coming through. So, we did Sinners. I went to see that, but I have not been to the movies in a while. I guess Sinners was the last thing that I went to see. So, but I don't know anything about Weapons. Let me know what you think. Do a Zoom call with different cult members. It needs to be ready. It needs to be ready. Okay. So, Strange Meandering says this could show as free, shameless self-plug, perhaps food for ideas. Okay, put them out. Okay, well, maybe. So maybe we've done everything that we need to do. I think that maybe we have. I think we have all the material. I just have to finish layout then. I'm feeling pretty good about it. I am feeling pretty good about it and everything else that we have going on. So I tell you what, why don't we just call it there this morning? This was quick update. Let's go over to the Kickstarter page. I'll bring up the Kickstarter page, and then we will wrap it right there. See whatever else is going on. I'm still going to think about putting the hardback book just as like a Kickstarter exclusive. So anybody who's back there, just I got to check out the printing. It'll be slightly more expensive, but that's okay. I need to check out that as for the printing, because I do appreciate everybody who has been there. Yes, we are now 9 hours to go. So there we go. It says 9 hours left. So I'll put this in the comments. 9 hours left, although it is in the description as well. We have 61 people. So I do appreciate everybody. I know lots of the people who are here on the stream are already backed, but I do appreciate everybody who is here. We got the stickers. I can't wait to get actually more of the stickers printed. I'm really excited about the stickers because I really enjoyed having all of those around, like to put them in boxes and things like that and just use them around, and they're all gone. So getting the reprints, the stickers done is going to be great. I started pulling all of the images the other day for the Cthulhu ABC's book, and then so I'm gonna have all the images ready, and I'm gonna put them in the InDesign file. So that already started to get worked on right there. Let's see. Rewards. Sable says, I backed at the max tier, would encourage everyone to do so, so you'll get 3 shirts. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start working basically as soon as this closes tomorrow. I'm going to start working from the bottom up, because the bottom up is the digital stuff and things like that. And I'm going to start finishing things from the bottom, going up to the very top. Some of the top ones are the ones that I have to ship out myself anyway. And so they're going to have to come here to me before they ship out, because I'm going to have to repack. They're coming from different like manufacturers and things like that. So I'll have to ship them out here. And our entire crew. So great. Okay. Oh, Sable says, outside the books, I'm actually most excited about the t-shirts. I wear a special t-shirt for every one of my real-life tabletop RPG sessions when it's a player or a DM. The Cultist Coffee and the Witch's Brew, I'm excited about getting those reprinted too, because especially Cultist Coffee and the Witch's Brew, I think could have mass appeal. And so if I can get enough of them printed, I wasn't originally going to do a whole lot of shirts because shirts are difficult to stock, because you've got different shirts, but then also different sizes. And, it's easier to do them as a Kickstarter. Let me know what size, and then I'll go get those sizes made. But it would be nice to have some more of those shirts, because I think they've got mass appeal, so they'll be seen. And then also, there has been some interest in You Can't Summon Cthulhu with Sour Cream and Onion on Facebook, I noticed. Let me see here. There's some post. I put about 30 seconds of You Can't Summon Cthulhu with Sour Cream and Onion on Facebook, thinking that maybe something like what happened with the Cthulhu ABCs might happen again, that, you know, it was really the Facebook that took off with the Cthulhu ABCs, and then people wanted the whole music video, and so came over to YouTube, and then YouTube noticed that as far as algorithmically and started putting that out to more people. So I thought, hey, I guess it's worth a try with that. And so I did put out I noticed it had like I don't know how many views it had. I think it was about 10,000. I can't find it right now, but I think it had about 10,000 views and like 270 likes or something and 55 shares or something. So, you know, I guess that was kind of doing something on Facebook as well. My personal favorite so far are the Yes, They're Natural dual D20s, but I think the Thank You Mama Shub will supplant it as my favorite awkward conversation starter. That one's a good too. I forget that I'm wearing that sometimes when I leave the house. I went to mail some stuff this morning wearing Hail the Black Goat of the Woods of 1,000 Young. I'm wearing that one today. And I walked into the post office with that one. This one and Thank You Mama Shub, yeah, it can be awkward outside. But yeah, if we can ever, what I was saying is if we can ever get some more traction on You Can't Summon Cthulhu with Sour Cream and Onion, I think other people will want that shirt as well. All right. Well, I'm going to wrap up here. So I guess that's all we have to say. I think we are in good shape then. All right. I'm very happy with where we are. So I will be back tonight, 7 o'clock on the Cultist channel, but I'm going to put that out as a Facebook. Well, I'll put it out on Facebook, but I'll put it out as an email and also a Kickstarter update. And so I will see everybody tonight. I'm going to go write emails and stuff like that to wrap up this campaign. Thank you all very much for being here with me and on the campaign. So I will see everybody tonight. Great hanging with you.